Welcome to the installation video for the Cubic Mini Wood Stove, part 3. And the first thing I'm going to do today is fix this wallpaper that's missing before I run the shielding up the wallpaper. So I'm going to do that now. Use some alcohol to clean the wall. Fortunately, I have some wallpaper scraps, so I'm just going to tape it over the wallpaper that's there. You'd be surprised, this busy pattern makes everything so easy because you can't see when you replace a piece of wallpaper. It just kind of seamlessly goes into the pattern. This is peel and stick wallpaper. Could not be any simpler, and I think it turned out great. The way to apply this peel and stick wallpaper is with one of these plastic things. It's a spreader, and you just go over the wallpaper. It sticks to the wall, and it's kind of like vinyl, so it wears really well. Okay, I got the back shielding behind the pipe and the side shielding on. And you might wonder why I'm not talking about putting the stove onto these bolts on the countertop. It was so hard. I don't even want to talk about it. It was so hard. I won't even tell you what I did, but it took a long time and it was really, really hard. So, but I will say, you know, once you do something like this, then it's over. You're done with it and it's installed. So even though it was hard, I'm really glad I did it. Of course, I have to cut the hole in the roof. That's a big deal. Get the pipes all situated and screw everything together. So that's a big deal. But at least the bolts in the countertop are in, and the shielding is in. So that's something, right? You can see it's a beautiful winter day here in Texas. Nice and cool, and it's in the afternoon. So this is my roof. These solar panels right here are for the lights in my RV. Each panel is connected to one light. So I have 11 of them in there. So if some of them aren't working, then the other ones do, and it's great. You know, some days some of them don't work because they're covered by leaves or whatever, and then the other ones work. So either way, it's fine. Right here is where I'm going to put the pipe for the wood stove. So I need to get this thing off and see what it's going to be like to drill a hole in there. I have all the wires running right by it, so that's kind of scary because it's going to be hot. So I'm going to, I have this thermal shielding that you can put around it, and it wraps around it, so I'll show you that later. When the RV was new, it had a regular stovetop and oven, and this was the exhaust fan for the stovetop. So now we're going to put a different kind of stove in. Of course, these wires are the issue. I glued these in, so they're hard to move. I did not anticipate that I would need to move them, but I'm hoping that I can use this thermal shielding to cover these wires and maybe move the hole that direction, which I think it needs to go more towards the edge anyway. My challenge right now is to get through the putty that's on the roof so that I can get to those screws. I know there's screws all the way around this thing that I need to take out. So I'm going to see if I can find the screws so I can take them out. Got the second one out. The screws go all the way around, and I posted a picture that shows you what it looks like from the underside. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be here for a while. It's nice that it's puttied really well because it's very waterproof, which is good for an RV. Yeah, I think it'll be a while. I don't know if you can see, but these wires go right across where I'm going to put the hole for the pipe. So that is very concerning. But I bought this thermal insulation stuff. And you can cut it to any length you want, and it's got Velcro to cover the tubing. So I'm hoping that this will be enough to shield those wires from the stove exhaust. I'll probably use this up here and below as well. I don't know if you can see, but I got some of the putty off. It's about halfway around. I'm thinking about the hole that needs to be put here for the pipe. It's supposed to be 7 inches. So this is 7 inches. Yeah, so it's good. It's good. It's nice that I have a hole there, and that once I get this metal thing off, it's literally going to be a hole. So I'll be cutting the hole somewhere around there. Hi, so it's another beautiful day here up on the roof of my RV. It's December in Texas, but it's gorgeous outside. It's somewhere between 60 and 70. So beautiful. Sir Meows-a-Lot really wanted to get out of the house, so I brought him up with me. Right now I'm going to pull up the battery for my drill, and I'm going to drill some holes in the roof here. I'll tell you what prompted this change of approach here. Last night I was looking at the underside of this hole from the inside, and I noticed that the pipe ends up kind of outside of this little square. It kind of ends up right here. You know, it's very hard to tell. I've learned this from drilling other holes. It's very hard to tell from one side of the RV when you drill the hole where it's going to come out on the other side. Yeah, I have several examples of that. So I'm going to go ahead and drill some guide holes to see. I think the pipe comes up in the center of this, right on the other side of it. And if so, I might not take this out. I know I had originally started to take this out. I got about half of it unscrewed. But then last night I was thinking, I wonder if maybe it would be better to leave this in. I don't know. If I can keep both things, it might be better for the roof for me to leave this in rather than trying to patch it. So I'm just going to drill some holes and then go down and see where they came out. I just made a few drill holes there about 3 inches apart, knowing that the hole for the pipe is going to be 7 inches, so I still have plenty of room to move it if I need to. But I'm going to go downstairs and see where it came out, because you never want to assume these things. When I was doing the cat condo, I drilled up several holes where I thought the door should be, and when I got inside the RV, they were in front of the sink. They weren't even near where the cat condo door was supposed to be. So yeah, even though I'd measured it and everything, it's just different from the outside than it is from the inside. So I'm going to go check and see where these holes came out, and then I'll decide where to put my circular holes. Oh, one more thing about Sir Meows-a-Lot. You know, I can climb up and down the stairs as long as whatever I'm carrying is attached to me. If it's something I have to hold with my hands, then I can't do it. That's what I use the rope for. But anything that I can wear like a backpack, that's how I get my stuff up and down the ladder. So I don't even know if Sir Meowslot wants to be here, but he was very bored today. He was just walking around meowing, which tells me he wants to get out. So he's out. I don't know if it's exactly what he was hoping for, but he's out. I just got back up here. I noticed where I put the drill holes down below, and it's true. Taking this out will not help me at all. I'm so glad I tried that, because I'm actually going to put the lid back on this because this was waterproof. For the 20 years that this RV's been in existence, that spot is waterproof. So I'm putting that back the way it was, and the hole is actually on the other side of it. I don't know if you saw what happened there just at the end. If the drill takes your hand around like that, it really can break your wrist. It's not good. So don't do that. I caught it in time. This fell off. Wow, not even there. The hole is even further towards the wall. Keeping in mind that these are 2-inch, so the 7-inch hole that I drill for the pipe will swallow all these holes up that I'm making right now. I still have to go further. I'm still not there. I don't know if you can see that Mickey Mouse hole I have now. So I'm going to look and see if it's centered on the pipe. Okay, it's definitely over the pipe. I have a little bit of a concern because there's an aluminum piece in the roof right here. And I think it might be structural, so I might not want to drill through that. Okay, the hole I just made is about 4 inches by 5 inches, so it's still well within the 7 inches that I have to drill. So hopefully the hole that I drill, which is then covered by, they have a cover for it in the kit, so that the hole I drill should be covered by the cover, and then it will be waterproof. Yeah, I think the next step is to try to run the 3-inch pipe up through the hole, and so that I can have a good idea of exactly where it needs to be, so I can drill the 7-inch hole. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I got it in the hole. It's not really lined up with the one below, but I'm going to go below and see what I need to do, which way I need to move it to make it line up. Okay, so I was able to get the wiring wrapped with that thermal wrap, and I got the pipe through the ceiling, so that's good. It turned out that it was really on the other side of that rectangular vent, so I didn't even need to take out the rectangular vent at all. If you look right now, I'm gluing up the frame to the skylight. I never did do that when I did the ceiling, so I'm doing it now. Partly because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this area of the ceiling. It's being glued up now, and then tomorrow I'll cover the rest of it, hopefully. Okay. Okay, I'm really only showing you this to tell you that things don't have to be perfect. I did get the hole cut. It is 7x7. It's not pretty. It looks like somebody gnawed their way through it, and I am going to be able to put the boot over it, so it's going to be done. Okay, finally we're at the end of part 3 of the Cubic Mini stove install. Part 3. It's been about 3 weeks, I think. Maybe a little less, but close to 3 weeks. And, you know, whenever I estimate how long something's going to take, even if I'm really generous, I usually end up doing it like multiply times 3. So that's about right, 3 weeks for something that I thought maybe could take a week. For some people it might take a day. But, you know, that's okay. I mean, that's how long it took me, so it's okay. Back where it all started, I'm going to put that back on. When I put that back on, it's going to protect these wires. So in the very beginning, I was really worried about those wires getting hot, but it turns out they're nowhere near where the hole ended up being. I also need to put glue on top of the screws that I uncovered. I took the putty off, so now they're not going to be waterproof, so I'm going to put some of this adhesive on top of them. I probably really need RV caulking for this, but I'm going to do this temporarily until I get that. Okay, it's all done. So it's working. I heated the RV with it today. It was very cold this morning. It was 39 degrees when I got up, and the RV was just cold, you know. And so yeah, so I started a fire, and that was really nice. And I really appreciate those of you that have stayed and watched to the end of this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.